we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you a special presentation of
Two Nerds, a podcast. Your home for everything movies, music, video games, and everything in between. With your hosts, Bunny the Bruiser, and Dynamite Jared Latching.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Two Nerds, a Podcast, the final broadcast of the hell of a year that 2020 was. I am your host, Bunny the Bruiser. And of course, we have the awkward silence as my good friend stares off into the abyss of pumpkins.
Hey,
how you doing, Kat?
Dynamite Jared here.
Hey, how's it going, Kat? We're recording this the day that it drops, I think, unless it goes a little late. It might be coming out tomorrow.
The same day. This is going to be as topical and up to date as a podcast can literally be. This is going to be recorded, instantly edited, and instantly uploaded to all the various platforms that we put our podcast on.
What is your preferred podcast? Like, where do you listen to podcasts?
Spotify.
You listen
without a doubt. It's Spotify. I've considered canceling my Spotify membership multiple times because all I listen to on there is fucking podcasts 90% of the time.
Yeah.
And the ads on those don't go away when you have premium Spotify. And
because they're built into the podcast,
yeah, they don't really change. So
yeah,
and it doesn't like shuffle your podcasts or anything.
Right. See, I prefer to use the Apple Podcast app, just because I like to have like my music and my podcast like separate, so like I know where everything is, and I don't have to, it's just easier for me to do it that way, I guess. So,
what is the greatest podcast app of 2020? Let us know in the comments below. Let us know in the chat.
Yeah.
And
what podcast? Besides us, because obviously we are the greatest podcast that has come out this year. Miles says he said he got his like Spotify whatever. We were his number one podcast allegedly, according to him. So
that means he listened to just our podcast.
Yeah.
We had no competition on that because as obsessed with wrestling as Miles is, I listen to a million times more wrestling podcasts than he does. Because I listen to the Solid Monster Sounds Off. Okay, that's a free shout out. Free shout out to the Solid Monster. I know he's listening. Big fan of the show.
Of course. Yeah.
I listen to the Jim Cornette Experience. And Jim Cornette's Drive-Thru. He releases 2 podcasts a week. And I always like to hear what he's got to say about AEW and NXT. Big shout-out to Jim Cornette. Some more free publicity. We know he's a big fan of the show. He's always listening to Two Nerds, a Podcast. He gets a lot of his promo lines from me.
Yeah.
If you haven't noticed, if you've ever listened to the Jim Cornette Experience, when he goes off and you thinking he's so quick-witted, man, where does Cornette come up with this stuff? Well, the answer is me. The answer is Dynamite Jared. He gets all of his material from me.
Of course.
And he even gets his controversial hot takes on AEW from me. So
yeah. Totally. I haven't been doing as much podcast listening this year as in years past because it's all been Steve Austin classics, so I haven't been listening to that. Or, I don't know.
Don't you listen to the Jericho podcast, though?
I used to. I haven't really been interested in a lot of his guests recently, so I kind of, like, fell off of it. Like, I listen to, like, whenever he does, like, stuff about, like, horror movies or, like, supernatural stuff, but, like, for the most part, I haven't really been listening too much.
Yeah, what does he do now? Bring on, like, the jobbers that show up on, like, one episode of AEW Dark?
Well, he's not even allowed to have WWE guys anymore. So, like, I don't know. And then he'll just have, like, he had, like, fucking Donald Trump Jr. on one time. And I was like, well, fuck this. Like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's his homie.
Yeah.
He was donating crazy money to the Trump campaign and
yeah.
all that. that's stupid as hell.
Yeah.
I listened to the Abroad in Japan podcast
Yeah.
in its entirety this year.
Really?
Like I started in July and listened to all 200 some episodes by August, because I would just listen through it nonstop at work. So July to August was the ultimate me just getting robbed by Spotify.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. I don't know, man. Before we dive too deep into all the best of the year, because we want to focus on the best of the year, because this year's been fucking bullshit. So, I don't know, I don't want to stay on the negatives too long. But, as we know, as we said, this is very topical. So, right now, it is the day after Christmas. So, how was everything for you? How's everything? I don't know what I was trying to say, but how was everything?
How was your holiday, Dynamite Jared? Well, Dynamite Jared says this. I had a pretty good Christmas. It was all right.
That's good to hear.
Mine
was all right. I mean, it was very stressful at times, and then I don't know.
Oh God, my Christmas was terrible. Stress-wise, I got stuck twice. As many of the native Ohio listeners know, we were just absolutely walloped with snow. We got a white Christmas this year, a little too white, if you know what I mean. Just like this year has been dominated by the whites.
Of course.
Christmas was also dominated by white.
It was rough, man. I mean, we tried to beat the snow on Christmas Eve because we were going over her parents' house, and it took us about 2 times as long to get back just because the roads were abysmal. And yeah, it was just constantly snowing for those whole 2 days straight. But thankfully today it was fine when we could get back here. But it was rough.
I had to shovel a lot of my driveway today. Hopefully there's enough room for me and Mazer Laser in the driveway now, but probably not. And I'll probably have to shovel some more tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got stuck multiple times yesterday. But other than that, I got some decent gifts from my mom, and then I got some pretty great gifts from Mazer Laser.
Yeah.
She got me some cool stuff. Maybe I'll show you off the air, since the audio files out there can't really see some of the gifts.
Yeah. Well, I heard about a few of the gifts. I told her A+ on some of them, so.
Yeah, I didn't receive the Stone Cold Foam Finger yet.
Yeah.
But it is in transit, and I know that it is on the way. And I thought for sure that I had talked to her about that. Not necessarily asking for one or anything, but I thought for sure that the conversation that I had with you was in fact a conversation that I had with her, where I was describing the middle finger Stone Cold Foam Fingers and how it was like a grail for me because I had one when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened to it. And then when she showed me that, I was like, oh, okay, you listened to what I had to say. And then she's like, yeah, Buddy told me this would be a great gift because you and him just talked about it. And I was like, wait a minute, I never talked to you about this? And she's like, no. And then I was like, I did talk to Buddy about this, I think on the podcast.
Yeah, I was on the show 2 weeks ago.
How the fuck did you know? And I know she doesn't listen to the show. I mean, she listens to the show every week. She's a huge fan.
Yeah, you know.
Sometimes on repeat, twice on Sunday. But, so I got the Stone Cold Foam Finger coming, which is excellent. A vintage Dragon Ball Z poster from 1993, apparently. That's from fucking Mexico, I think. Really? Yeah. And then it looks awesome. It's got the big 3 on it. It's got Vegeta front and center, and then Goku behind him.
Yeah.
And then Piccolo standing behind them. So those are if I'm really thinking about it, as much as I hate Goku, I don't actually hate Goku. And that's probably the top 3 characters in Dragon Ball to me.
Right. And I hope that as you're watching Dragon Ball, you get a little bit more of an appreciation for Goku as a character. That's my hope.
Yeah, I think that Kid Goku is way better than Adult Goku.
Yeah.
I've already come to that conclusion that I like Kid Goku, and Adult Goku just kind of pisses me off a lot.
Yeah. What a guy.
But really, him as a character doesn't really make me that mad. It's really just my love for Vegeta that makes me mad at Goku all the time, is that he always has to come in and steal the glory. And that's like kind of I have like the same resentment towards Goku that Vegeta possibly has. His is probably a little bit more extreme than mine, because in my world he's just a fucking cartoon character.
It's true.
Or a comic book character. A superhero, if you will.
Yeah. Of course. I would say so.
And then yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah, so got some cool stuff from my wife.
Let me just say before you go, I know this is like my MO, is to interrupt you and just change the subject completely, but I just took the last sip of this coffee, and we'll be talking about this lady in a little bit, probably, I guess.
Yeah.
And I just want to reiterate that coffee is fucking terrible. This is awful.
Okay, so while we're talking about it, so what was going on with the coffee maker, and what's up with the coffee cup?
I got the for Mazer Laser, there was no coffee maker here at the Dynamite Palace for her, so sometimes she had to get up early for work. No coffee. She's got to go in. So one of my big gifts for Christmas was this coffee maker. Well, I couldn't decide if she would want a Keurig or if she would want a traditional coffee maker. And I also couldn't decide, well, which one's going to be cheaper to maintain. And the answer to that is actually a traditional coffee maker, without a doubt, because you pay like $12 at the least for like a box of K-Cups for a Keurig.
Well,
restocking those is expensive.
Well, what we do is we have a Keurig, but we have like a reusable like K-Cup that you like put grounds in, and then you just wash out the K-Cup after you use it or whatever.
Well, see, I don't have to do that because I found a Keurig that has both a Keurig and a traditional coffee maker built into one, and that's what I bought. And that was the big gift for Maisie. And then, she gets it out. She's all excited. She can't wait to try it. She sets it up. And then I guess you're supposed to do this cleansing brew. Well, she just shoved a fucking K-Cup in there. And then, lo and behold, now this thing will never fucking spit out
right
Keurig coffee water or whatever the fuck it is. It spits out water if there's no K-Cup in there. But whenever you put the cup in, nothing would come out. It would be like one drop, and then it would just stop.
Huh.
And so I just took it back. I didn't feel like calling Keurig and being like, "Oh, help me fix this." So I just maybe it's just fucked up. And so I brought it back. And then so today I exchanged it for the same exact thing. Bring it in. This time I do the cleansing brews, and now it works. And so I was just now drinking the cafe vanilla K-Cup or whatever, because I had made it to test the machine out, and it worked, and it tasted like shit. It tasted like dog shit. It almost tasted good, okay? Just like any of the best coffees I've ever had in my life, okay?
Almost tolerable.
All the cappuccinos, all the fucking, mocha lattes and all this shit, the stuff that almost tastes good. At its absolute best, coffee almost tastes good. But then you'll get the aftertaste. And there'll always be some sort of bitterness or just weirdness. And in this case, it was just absolute weirdness. And so it always just tastes like shitty chocolate milk at its absolute best. And so in that case, if you don't want just caffeine injected into your veins, why wouldn't you just drink chocolate milk?
Right.
And that's all I have to say about that. So I just drank this. I even added a little vanilla almond milk to it. And it tastes good when you first sip it. I'm like, okay, good. and then it just lingers in your mouth, and like my mouth feels disgusting right now. I hate it.
Yeah.
And not to mention the trip to the toilet that is now due to me for drinking coffee.
Of course, yeah. There's
It's
always
not
the
gonna-
there's always the trip to the bathroom to brush your teeth, and then little escape after that. But what were you saying about the cup? What's special about the cup?
Oh, this.
We were like,
yeah.
we're gonna be talking about this, or you were just talking about what was inside the cup.
Not the cup itself.
Oh, I thought you were referring to the cup itself.
But the person on the cup. I didn't have the Skype window pulled up when I showed you, so I didn't know if it came through or not. Me and Buddy are using tremendous background effects on our video call right now. Buddy seems to be in a kind of like a overgrown post-apocalyptic but also kind of futuristic town.
Yeah, I chose this one because you had it on for a hot minute, and then you changed it to the pumpkin background you're using right now. These are all pre-generated Skype backgrounds because we still use Skype for some reason, even though the rest of the world has migrated towards Zoom. But I think you have to pay to do the recordings longer than an hour. So.
Oh, on Zoom you do?
I think so. I think you can do 45 minutes.
Well, what's the deal? What's the deal with Zoom? What makes Zoom so much better than Skype?
I don't know. Well, I mean, I think from what I heard,
is the video call quality better?
I would imagine, and I think it's just a lot easier to use. It sounds better, but you have to pay for it, I guess, if you want to do the long recordings.
Here's my thing with Zoom. Does it have pre-rendered backgrounds?
It might. I'll have to ask my wife about it, but it might. I don't know.
I might have to find out pretty soon when I return to my classes online.
Yeah, so you'll be using it, so you'll be able to tell us if we should make the switch or not, I guess. I don't know. We'll see.
It would be good to maybe limit our podcast time to an hour. That could be beneficial to us. We do ramble. I found out through listening to the Wrestle Me podcast that the British people think it's absolutely disgusting when American podcasts run longer than an hour.
Really? Huh.
Oh, they think it's absolutely reprehensible.
Well, our problem is it's already been recording us for 35 minutes, but I'm pretty sure we only have had 15 minutes max of a show. The rest was just us beforehand. So I don't know how that would work with the hour time limit or 40, whatever the time limit is. But I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. I mean,
I figured you would just record as soon as I said, "All right, I'm ready."
Right. But yeah, I'm not sure how it works. Cuz on this Skype recorder that I have, it just starts recording the call as soon as the call starts.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm sure that I don't know. We'll have to look into Zoom, figure it out. There's also StreamYard, which I had a free trial for, which does a live stream video feed, and the video is not half bad. But again, it's a paid subscription to use it. So I don't know.
These software developers, which is what I'm going to hopefully be one day, they want some money for their work, buddy. They're they're sitting here hours and hours coding away and designing programs and all this stuff, and they want a little something in return for all their hard work. So
yeah.
And to that, I say to them, just work for a big company.
Yeah. While we were talking about you coding and stuff, my father-in-law says congratulations for returning to school. He heard from
Ray?
Yeah, he heard
Ray back with?
Yeah, he heard from his boy. They had lunch together.
Kevin?
Yeah, he was telling me that. Well, because my father-in-law comes up to me when I saw him for Christmas. He was like, "Oh yeah, tell Jared congratulations." And I thought he was talking about I was like, "Oh, how'd you know Jared was engaged?" And then I was like, he was like, "Oh no, I'm going to school. Oh, engaged, that's great," or whatever. But then he told the story about how you went into the office and you were like, "Oh, so I was reading the employee handbook," or whatever you said.
What, I was reading the employee handbook?
That's what he said. He said the story from Kevin or whatever was you walked in the office, you're like, "Oh, so I've been reading this employee handbook here," and
That's not what happened at all. We had a meeting with our regional manager late last year or whatever that we have every year. And at that time, this like tuition assistance or whatever was either a new thing or they just decided to tell us about it at that time. And so he mentioned it that we could get up to 18 grand of our college paid as one of our benefits. That just comes with working for Flying J full time, along with bereavement hours and our brand new paternity leave.
Hell yeah, brother.
So they're trying to get me to have a kid, but it's not going to work.
Yeah.
But so I learned about it from there, and so then I started signing up for getting back to school and all this shit. And since my GPA was so bad when I flunked out, I may not be eligible for financial aid right now. And so that really lit a fire under my ass to be like, I better figure out this Flying J thing then. So I just walked into the cooler, which technically is kind of Kevin's office. And I was like, Kevin, what's up with this Flying J like tuition assistance thing? Yeah, I wasn't reading any handbook. Kevin said he had dealt with it before, and I figured that if I told our boss about it, that he would like scoff at me and like kind of try and talk me out of going to school because he'd want me to be more focused on work. So I decided to go to Kevin, but I was pleasantly surprised that when my big boss found out about it, he was like really fucking excited that I was going back to school because he has always kind of viewed me as like a loser. So
there you go. Well, yeah.
So he wants me to. He's excited that I'm going to attempt to better myself. I don't want any congratulations until I have this fucking piece of paper in my hand.
Yeah.
Okay, because like, I haven't done anything yet. I could fuck it up just as bad as I did last time. So we'll have to see. When I'm like barely able to eke out a podcast every week because of trying to do schoolwork and work and eat.
Yeah, especially these first 2 months, man, because we're going to be watching films. I mean, we might have to figure something out so it goes on your school schedule a little better. We'll have to figure it out.
I'm sure that I can work out somewhere along the week fucking 2 or 3 hours to dedicate to 1, watching a shitty movie, and 2, discussing said shitty movie on a podcast. It'll probably help me to actually try to focus and actually analyze a movie to discuss on a podcast. I know we've discussed movies on the podcast before, but I think that if I really analyze something and take notes on it, and like pick out things that I want to talk about and shit like that, it can be a skill that will help me in college with lectures.
Yeah, it should be, yeah. Should be good, man. I'm serious. I'm not fucking with you. I mean,
Mr. Barely studied in college here. Let me know what time it is.
Yeah, well, my college education clearly did wonders for me, so I can't really talk.
Well, what was your degree?
It was in journalism, technically, but it was like focused on like filmmaking for both.
Journalism with a focus on filmmaking.
Well, because they didn't call it. It was called digital media production, so it was just like film, TV, radio, just the whole thing. But I mainly focused on the filmmaking aspect of it. But yeah.
You had a job freaking getting people's coffee at NBC or whatever for a little bit, right?
Yeah, for a summer, yeah, that was interesting. And then I did a few films. And then when I worked at the news station, that was when I had a big boy job for a little bit. But now I'm fucking slinging TVs and helping old people with their cell phones. So you fucking know how that goes.
You're just waiting for that opening at Fox News. Anyways, what did you get for Christmas?
But yeah, Christmas. So, as predicted, my wife went to one of the little curiosity shops in town, picked up some like incense and candles and a couple of those I don't know what the term would be. Not petrified, but the preserved moths in like the shadow boxes for like the wall. So that was pretty interesting. And then I don't know, just got a bunch of money from family and stuff. My cats got me the Dracula graphic novel with Bela Lugosi's likeness in it. And by
Fantastic.
by the cats, I mean that was my gift to myself. But I also got myself the Spyro Reignited Trilogy for Switch, so I've been playing that the past couple days. So it's been fun.
All right, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, I actually got 0 video games this year for Christmas. Nobody got me a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I
still don't have Final Fantasy VII Remake, people. Friends of mine, friends and family of mine that listen to this podcast still don't have Final Fantasy VII Remake. You know, buying gifts for me is not that hard.
Still don't have Ghost of Tsushima, don't have a bunch of shit. Yeah, there's a lot of games I want to play. Still don't have the PS5, either of us.
Well, that's just completely out of our hands. You gave me a hot tip on the PS5. I was prepared. You said that your store was getting 5 of them. I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna stay up all fucking night, and I'm gonna get this fucking PS5. Like, it's gonna go down. I was ready for it. So they go onto the website at like 5 in the morning, and I'm up. I'm like, I got it in my cart. It says 5 in stock. I got one in my cart. I'm going to checkout. I have my card. I even created an account for Target.com so I'd have my card and everything just saved and ready to go. So I could just be like, boom, boom, boom. Okay? So in the cart, I'm thinking boom, boom, and then what? It's saying the code on the back of my card is wrong. So I pull out the card. I'm looking at the card. The code's not wrong. It's exactly what the code is. No, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. And then next thing you know, all the PS5s are gone.
I think it's just you're not as fast as the bots. That should be your goal for college. Is be a good software developer so you can make some bots. So when the PS6 comes out, you're first in line.
So hopefully now that Christmas is over, these PS5s will kind of start to funnel in and be around a little bit more. And so they won't seem like such a unattainable fucking piece of hardware.
They're much larger than I thought they were. They set up like a fake like display one at work, like in like the glass case or like whatever.
Oh, good God. Am I not going to be able to fit it in my entertainment center?
I'm not sure if you would or not. It's pretty big. Not as big as that clunky ass fucking Xbox. It looks like a fucking suitcase, but like
holy hell on earth, that thing looks
like it's not very wide. It's just really tall. Is the problem? Like if you're laying it down, like it should be able to slide in there. But if you're standing it straight up and down, it protrudes up pretty high. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got Maisie the coffee maker and probably some other stuff.
Yeah, I got her some clothes that she wanted, some boots that she wanted, and then a couple of things that I found at like Goodwill and other places. Like I went online and I bought one of those vintage cat vests.
Yeah.
I'm like super fucking jealous of it because I want one for myself.
Yeah.
I would wear the shit out of that. But they don't make them in men's sizes.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you could take it to like an alterations like kind of shop and they could like
fix
make it a little
yeah.
bit bigger. But I got her one of those. I got her a T-shirt from Colorado Springs Pikes Peak, which is where we visited last January. She really wanted a Colorado shirt when we were there. I think she got one. She got a couple, but they were all like newer. Like we were hoping to find something in like a Goodwill.
Vintage, yeah.
Yeah, the Goodwill that would be cool. I found like a really cool one for Pikes Peak online. It's had like a snowy like mountain landscape kind of picture on it, and there's like glitter on it. It's from 1991, so I got that. I gave her a Stone Cold vintage crew neck.
Oh yeah.
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 Because she said she wanted a wrestling shirt, a cool wrestling shirt.
Well, there you go.
So I was like, okay, so you mean you want a Stone Cold shirt?
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Because wrestling shirts are generally piss. They're terrible.
Pretty much. Yeah, I got my wife some books, and I also got her a pair of boots, but I'm a dumbass, and when I was ordering them online, I just instinctively ordered the boots in my size and not her size. So they did not fit, obviously. So I'm gonna have to switch those out for her. And yeah, I just got her a bunch of stuff. A shirt.
A bunch of stuff.
Yeah. The Craft, the film, got her a shirt of that, from Studio House. Yeah, got her all kinds of stuff, I guess. But I always put it in like one like giant box, and I'm like, all right, you only got this one gift this year, and then she opens it and a whole bunch of like little boxes on the inside and stuff. Yeah, that was all around like a decent Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, decent Christmas this year. It wasn't enough to save 2020. Terrible year. And a lot of shitty things went down this year.
Yeah.
But we're going to discuss some of the best things that went down this year, and some of the best things that went down were memes, buddy.
Yeah, memes and yeah. So what are we classifying as a meme? Is a meme just a still image, or are we talking like videos and trends?
No, there's video memes and stuff.
Okay.
Basically, any trendy online content that was kind of made for humor.
Yeah. And you have a little bit of a disadvantage because you're not on TikTok, so you're missing a lot of the memes that are going on.
Let me tell you something about TikTok. Last time Steve, Stab Wound Steve was here, we watched what had to be the most horrific, horrifying, terrible, just hard to watch, painful TikTok compilation of all time.
Well, the problem is when because you just watch it on like YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is like when you have a TikTok account and you're watching them, it like caters what you see to your likes. So like a lot of the stuff I get is like shit that I actually think is funny. Like there's a lot of bullshit out there, obviously. But it's not like Vine or something where you're like scrolling through and it's just like random stuff. Like it's called your For You page. Like it's sort of like YouTube, how YouTube has like the recommended videos and stuff. How like everything I see is stuff that I think's funny. So I love TikTok, but
so it has like an algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It uses hashtags and all that kind of stuff. So
well, let me just say that the majority of TikToks are absolutely horrific. They are fucking terrible. And even the ones that people consider good and are like popular, most of the time are just like god awful, cringy bad. Like I don't know. I just don't understand the concept of like lip syncing music. And like people do it seriously on TikTok.
yeah.
I can't tell if it's ironic or not. It's like it seems like so seriously done that it does not seem ironic. But if it is ironic, then fuck, they got me.
Yeah.
Like it's so ironic that I fucking like my old age, like it can't like get to my brain can't handle it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some funny stuff. I mean, there's too much stuff on TikTok to really like go into everything. But
there's funny stuff on there. I'll give it that. There's been funny TikToks that I was like, okay, that's all right. But like the majority of them is just like really bad lip syncing like videos. I like to watch redneck TikTok compilations on YouTube where they're like listening to like really bad butt rock songs, like outside of their truck songs about like defending women from men that are like potentially going to beat them.
What?
Or something. Oh my! And it'll
You're
be like
on
a guy,
strange side of
guy
TikTok.
sitting on the bed of his truck, like lip syncing it, and like like getting his fist ready to knock this fucking domestic abuser out. Oh man, that stuff's golden. I like that. And that one to me is like, I can tell that they're not being ironic about it, and the fact that they're not being ironic about it makes it amazing to me. That makes it actually funny.
Yeah. I don't know. Not all of them are like lip syncing though. Like there's some
I know that
like
there's some
trends.
that aren't lip syncing, buddy. I know, like, all the goddamn QAnon people are on TikTok and they don't lip sync. They just talk about the conspiracy theories that me and you have already discussed
Yeah.
on this podcast, and that we will discuss
In
in this
future
in this
installments.
and no in this episode.
Oh, you got some.
What were the greatest conspiracy theories of 2020? We'll get to that, but we're still talking about memes.
Yeah, memes. So yeah, TikTok has a meme. I mean, there was the fucking I'll just run through a few. There's like one that was like, I don't know what they call it, but it's like I got bitches off the Zans, and it says like the word bitches on the screen, and it's like a rap song. It's like vibing, and then it immediately changes to, like some somber shit, and you take one of the letters from the word bitches, and you just put like seasonal depression. It's just like someone like crying or something. But like there's some good ones with that. There was one with like all these Karens basically, and they're lip syncing this Ali and AJ song. They're going crazy, but the thing is people are duetting it and making fun of like the old ladies and stuff. So those ones are pretty good. I don't know. Yeah, there's like way too much, and like I don't even remember what the fuck came out in 2020. As we saw with the lists that we were looking up, like half of this shit I don't even fucking remember from this year because it's just been so fucking crazy.
I saw a TikTok that was used in a lot of TikTok compilations where it was like a girl. She wasn't very attractive. And she now I'm gonna get all the female listeners. They're gonna be like, oh my god, objectifying women. Well, I just don't know how else to describe her. She wasn't very easy on the eyes. That's just to give you like kind of some sort of picture in your head. Imagine an ugly woman, and she's like, I just don't understand why everyone has to do duets on TikTok. What, like, don't do duets if you don't have anything to add
Oh, okay, I've
the
seen
other
that. Yeah, where
video.
they just keep
And then
adding
people just
everything over and over again.
continuously added to it and added to it. And then I was like, man, I'm really getting sick of seeing this. And then finally, like, the final one is like, in one of the bottom ones, there was like a dog that walked across the thing. And so someone added to that screen from the left. They were walking
Crawling
on all
in, yeah.
fours, and then as they went into the other screen, it turned into a dog, and I was like, okay, that's great. So to the person that added himself transforming into a dog, you saved that TikTok meme for me, and you made it worth it.
It's incredible. Like they just kept like going and going, and like sometimes it's just someone like bouncing their foot or whatever. Like it just like every like little detail from every video just like kept getting like expanded on.
Yeah, so that was cool. It was probably an easier watch on TikTok because you could just kind of find like the finished product.
Yeah.
And the format that I watched it was on YouTube compilation. They literally started with the first video and then just added
just
one
keeps
frame
adding
every
on.
time. So I just kept hearing this girl saying this and saying this and saying this, and I was like, holy shit, I want to die.
Yeah. And like when you're actually like on the app, you can click like on the sound part, so you can see like all kinds of stuff that has used like that sound before. So it's easier to like filter through stuff. Oh, one thing from TikTok, and we haven't talked about it on the show this year. But Whamageddon, did you survive this year?
I did, unfortunately.
This is
And
my
actually,
first year that I've survived Whamageddon.
I actually was going to. I was thinking because you texted me and you're like going strong, and I didn't even know what you were talking about. I was going to sabotage you. Like I was going to get onto the podcast and destroy us both, and end Whamageddon in
the
a
greater
emphatic
good.
fashion on the podcast. But I forgot. I kept forgetting to do it.
Yeah. Here's my problem with Whamageddon. Like, did they have to pick like a halfway decent song? Like, couldn't we?
Yeah, they picked like the one Christmas song that I'm like, yeah, I could listen to this, like that, and like Trans-Siberian Orchestra because I like Wham.
Yeah.
So like, George Michael, he's okay with me. And so, yeah, the Whamageddon thing kind of sucks. Give us like a real challenge. See if you can make it to Christmas without hearing Jingle Bells. Bet your ass you can't. You can't fucking do it. And I'm not just saying a specific version of Jingle
Just
Bells.
any version
I'm
of
saying
Jingle
any
Bells.
version of fucking Jingle Bells. And if you can make it through to Christmas without hearing Jingle Bells, then I have one thing and one thing only to say to you. You lucky son of a bitch. You work from home, don't you?
And that also counts with, like, not even versions of the song. Someone walking down the street just, like, humming Jingle Bells or whatever. We'll throw that in. It's impossible.
Yeah. So next year, buddy, it's Jingle Bells Mageddon.
Yeah.
We're gonna try and get through. Both of us are gonna have to get out of retail before next December.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Last Christmas wasn't on the TV.
Wasn't on your little loop.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was just the fucking Mariah Carey thing. Like, that would be impossible. Like, there's no way you can fucking escape that.
There was a Last Christmas, but it wasn't the Wham version.
Yeah, so you're safe. You're good.
Yeah, I heard a different version, like with a female singer.
They couldn't license George Michael for the Flying J loop.
No, he's too expensive.
Yeah.
So yeah, Whamageddon survived again this year, almost unfortunately.
Yeah.
I heard every other fucking god awful song.
Yeah.
Buddy, did you know that in 2020, everything, literally everything, mysteriously turned into cake?
Yeah, that's a hell of a conspiracy and a hell of a meme.
It just like randomly happened this year in the midst of a fucking pandemic. We discovered that every single item that you've ever seen in your entire life has just been cake all along.
Yeah.
And that if you take a knife to it, you'll just get a beautiful cross section of fucking god damn it, what's in cake?
Cake.
Beautiful fluffy cake with maybe some little chocolate frosting in the middle. Yeah. Amazing.
But you don't like cake. I thought you didn't like cake. You're not big on sweets.
I'm not big on sweets. There are certain cakes that I can enjoy though. Like my mom used to get me, I don't think she got me one this year for my birthday, but for the past couple of years before this one, she would get me this cake that was like triple chocolate fudge Mageddon fucking cake, and it was fucking good. And I was like, now this is a fucking cake. But like the traditional like birthday cake in that sense, with like the man, like any cake that you basically get from a bakery at a grocery store.
Yeah, the fucking giant Yule cakes are the worst.
Holy fuck, hot garbage. And Dairy Queen cakes suck, and fucking Dunkin' Donuts cakes suck. Not Dunkin' Donuts. What's the place that's like
Baskin Robbins.
Baskin Robbins cakes suck. Like those cakes are terrible. We get those cakes all the time at Flying J when anyone has a birthday, and then like maybe 2 or 3 times a year, I'm like, okay, I'll try this out. This one looks good, and then I'll taste it, and I'm just like, this is fucking sugar. This is literally nothing but sugar. You put nothing in this cake. There's like, it tastes like every other fucking cake. This is awful.
Yeah.
It's horrible. I would like for the cake boss to come and make me a real cake.
Yeah.
So I could be like, okay, this is what a fucking real cake is.
Miles's birthday cake was good. Do you have any of that?
I don't remember if I had any.
Yeah. It was pretty good. Yeah, when he brought it over. Yeah. But, yeah. Hell of a conspiracy. Everything was cake. Here's an actual conspiracy. Did Donald Trump actually have COVID? I don't think he did.
I never thought that Donald Trump had COVID. The second that it got announced that he had COVID, I was like, no, he doesn't have it.
There's no way that he recovered in a weekend or whatever when fucking someone else we're going to talk about later, fucking like Robert Pattinson, the prime like physical male specimen, was out for like 3 weeks.
Jesus Christ. Somebody wants to fuck Robert Pattinson.
Well, I'm just saying he's in shape, and then you look at the fucking Donald. Like, how the fuck did the Donald get over it in 3 days?
Well, to be fair, Donald Trump has access to like the finest medical care in possibly the world. Um, but
He was
that
hiding. He didn't want to debate.
that being said, I have to
Oh God.
scratch my head. It's very itchy. That being said, no, he never had COVID.
You might want to angle your mic back down.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. He didn't have COVID. No way. It was a publicity stunt. Garner sympathy for the election, or maybe garner support, like, but to what's the word? God damn it! To build up his base. Look, COVID's not that bad. I can defeat
Exactly. Yeah.
COVID. Oh, like
It's like don't let it control your
some
life or whatever
weird
the fuck he said.
some weird cult shit like that. The people that support Donald Trump, it's a cult. It's
Oh yeah.
literally a cult. Like they worship this man. It's really weird. Buddy, what the fuck was up? Now you were on TikTok, okay? So
Yeah.
you've seen this a lot more than me. I didn't really notice it until they literally made a fucking commercial out of it.
Oh, are you talking about the fucking ocean spray guy?
The ocean sprayed Fleetwood Mac man.
The funniest thing about that is someone like some like preteen or whatever, like her mom was actually listening to Fleetwood Mac, and he was like, the kid was like, "Oh, you're listening to that TikTok song? That's a new song. How'd you hear about that?" And the mom was like, "This song is literally 50 years old, pretty much."
Yeah,
It's like Jesus Christ.
well, kids from like a certain generation, like Gen Z onwards, don't know anything. They absolutely refuse to hear, see, or do anything that came out before the year 2000. Like it just doesn't fucking exist. I work with people that are like 20, and I'll be playing like goddamn. Just as an example, I don't really listen to this, but like "Jump" by Van Halen,
Okay.
and they'll be like, "No, never heard this in my life." How? How?
That was one of the first any internet videos I've ever seen. Have you ever seen that video where it's like Van Halen's Jump and it's just Donkey Kong like running? That was the first fucking like flash animation I ever saw on the internet.
No, I've never seen that. Yeah, so I mean, like, the only way that kids are going to discover good old music is through TikTok.
Yeah.
I've come to admit that. I mean, like, the only reason why anyone's heard of Africa is because of like
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things and goddamn oh fuck, that Aziz Ansari show that was on Netflix.
I wasn't aware it was in that, but okay. I had never watched it, but
Oh, that's a fantastic show.
Oh, is it?
I
Yeah.
can't remember the name of it. Since you have graduated from school, buddy, I suggest watching the Aziz Ansari show on Netflix. God damn it, why can't I remember?
Is it like Master of None?
Master of None.
Yeah.
Master of None, yeah.
Yeah, like
watch
I've
that
heard
shit.
of it, yeah, but
Watch that shit. It's hilarious and sad and just gripping. It's good. And
Yeah.
it's very, very relatable.
yeah.
I
What-
like it. And as a man that makes his own pizza crust, you will relate to Aziz as he tries to develop a passion for making pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Fun stuff. You were kind of sounding like an old man a little bit ago, a little boomer-esque. And that was a meme that was going on this year, the OK Boomer stuff at the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
Specifically in the Facebook group where all the people from our generation were going on there, and the group was just, I don't know if it's still really that active, but it was like a group where we all pretend to be boomers was like the name of it. So it was like comedy gold for about 2 months, but then I think it sort of like fell off.
there was a lot of resentment towards baby boomers basically for the past 4 years because Donald Trump.
Yeah, of course.
Um,
As there should be.
but I'm not a boomer.
No.
You're not a boomer.
No, I was just saying you sounded like one when you were talking about the kids these days.
I sound like one, the kids these days and all that stuff. But it's just so different because it's like, look at the stuff that I'm interested in, and the stuff that you're interested in is like generally stuff that came out before we were even born.
Right.
And
at least
like,
had its like roots, yeah.
It just seems like that, like, and not just our generation, but like the generations before us seemed more cultured as to like what's the things that came before them. Whereas like, dude, I'm just like, it's just unbelievable to me that like the kids these days like just don't know anything from before the year 2000. I swear to God, like nothing. Like the one cartoon they watched growing up was like SpongeBob. Like I guarantee I would be like to one of the kids at my work, like, man, yeah, Johnny Bravo. They'd be like, huh?
Yeah, you're like, what are you talking about?
What's that? And I'm like, dude, you just stop. Just, ugh.
It reminds me of that fucking, that kids react or teens react to the fucking Seinfeld jokes, where they were just like, oh, this is offensive. I don't get this. This isn't funny. Where it was just like, yeah, that's the point. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that video triggered me. That video triggered me big time. But yeah, Ocean Spray, Fleetwood Mac guy. By the time I really noticed that this was a meme was the moment that it died by being a commercial on TV and having Stevie Nicks actually.
And Mick Fleetwood was actually in it too.
Yeah, Mick Fleetwood did one and Stevie Nicks did one. And so when they actually did it, it
was dead.
Effectively killed the meme.
Yeah.
When it came full circle, that's when it was
when
destroyed.
It dies. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Dancing Paul Bears, buddy. Speaking of death, one can only assume that even though this meme came out before the Fleetwood Mac meme, that what was inside of the casket for the Dancing Paul Bears was the Fleetwood Mac Ocean Spray meme.
Yeah.
Not the guy himself. As far as I understand it, his entire TikTok is him just skateboarding around with Ocean Spray to different songs.
Yeah, and he's fucking millionaire now, so whatever.
But the Dancing Paul Bears, you told me that you...
I had no clue, never seen it, no.
Oh my God. Yeah, this was not that good. It's just the guys with the caskets and they're just dancing, and the meme was, basically a lot of it was like, this ain't my funeral, then, like my family fucked up or whatever, like,
right.
So, or, this the squad at my funeral, or, whatever. It wasn't that good.
I guess speaking of other like video memes, we had the Harm's Way meme, where it was just dancing in different songs.
How did I forget about that? I made one of the greatest ones ever.
Yeah.
I actually got into a video editor for the first time in my life. Not the first time I used a video editor, but made a fucking meme in a video editor.
Yeah.
Incredible.
What was the song?
Never Meant.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you made that.
I made that, yeah. I literally was like watching Harm's Way memes at work.
And you're like, how has no one done this yet?
I looked it up and I was like, how has Never Meant not been done? Because Never Meant was like a meme at the beginning of the year.
Never Meant was a huge meme, yeah.
Yeah. Some of the best memes. Was that this year or last year?
Never Meant was this year. It was also on TikTok. It's still on TikTok, some of the Never Meant stuff.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Yeah.
There was like one where it was like Batman from Bat Metal or whatever. And he's just standing there, and then when he puts the mic up to his mouth, and as soon as his lips start moving, it's just Never Meant that comes out. Just the instrumental.
Yeah.
And then there was the one of like just the random dude just like running through the forest to Never Meant. Oh, it's just that I love that song so much. So every time that it's used in a meme, I'm like,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm glad people are listening to it.
Yeah, so when I noticed that the Harm's Way mosh meme had not been never mended yet, and I was like, how has nobody blended the two memes yet? I I need to capitalize on this. And I don't think that it caught on as much as I wanted it to because it's me and I don't get that much play. But I did it and now it's a private video on my YouTube.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I I just put it I just wanted it for my Facebook, but I didn't want it to be like a real video on my channel that somebody's like going through and they're like, "What's just a
Right.
just a meme?" Like,
Yeah. What else? We had the Bernie Sanders meme this year. That is like, I'm once again
Your
asking.
wife messaged me because earlier that sounds so like backhanded. Your wife messaged me earlier. um no, I posted on my story and asked what some of the favorite memes for everyone was this year. What was your favorite meme of 2020? And as per usual, the audience of this show has let me down once again. Very minimal responses. The four responses that I got were Miles saying, and I quote, "Maybe the real folk blues 2021."
What?
So this is a Cowboy Bebop meme that I sent to him like months ago, and I don't remember it at all. But it was like, it was
It
basically
really stuck with
comparing.
him.
It was like comparing like the last episode of Cowboy Bebop to 2020 in some way.
Yeah.
And then Mazer Laser comes in, and I quote, "I can't even remember year specific memes. My mind is in shambles. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, my beautiful fiance. You contributed greatly to our podcast today." And then your wife comes in, Beck Nasty, and I quote, "The Bernie I am once again asking meme."
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
The funniest one I saw, it was Bernie, and they had him in like goth makeup, and it says, "I am once again asking you to show me how to do the trick."
Oh, I did see that one. That was good. That was good. The one that I shared on Facebook or on Instagram was the I am no longer asking.
Yeah, it
I
was
am
him with the gun.
understanding. I am and then Leave Holback comes in and says that I feel like the trolley problem memes got pretty big this year, though they've been around for a while.
It's true. It's been around for a long time.
So that was my Instagram feedback, and that was the Bernie Sanders meme. WAP was a meme for a little bit here, and you probably saw that more being on TikTok.
Yeah, WAP was a huge thing. Yeah, I didn't really think those were too funny, but it was a meme. Like the song was
People
just
dancing.
everywhere. Yeah, just people dancing and like stupid shit. And there's like
Let
a
me
kid.
watch this one. We're gonna get copy strike. Right. So this is two men here, very good at dancing, leopard print, and they're doing the splits. I don't want to assume someone's sexuality, but I've got to assume that these men are gay. They're very good at twerking.
See,
Very
the
good.
problem with a lot of the TikTok stuff is I don't really see a lot of it as memes. It's more just like trends. Like it's not like there's not much like joke in it. It's just like,
Well, that's what I want is joke. You're not selling me on TikTok right now. Like I want the funny content, not the I think that I'm cool because I'm dancing to this hip new song. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying like with the WAP one specifically. I don't remember too many jokes associated with it. But people like there's one of like Jack Black dancing to WAP in like a fountain. He's just like naked, fucking jumping around and shit. But I don't know. I didn't think the WAP ones were very funny. I don't know.
You know what else isn't funny? Any joke told by a Karen. buddy.
Yeah.
Live, laugh, and love. But you won't be laughing very much when you talk to Karen. Karen was the subject of great scrutiny earlier this year as the pandemic started to really blow up simultaneously. Karen became a racial slur.
I guess.
You don't remember that?
I remember everyone being pissed off. I wouldn't call it a racial slur, but...
No, it's not a racial slur. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I remember that somebody unironically posted that on Facebook, that it's basically a racial slur. And just another desperate attempt by white people to have an excuse to say the N-word. Well, you called me Karen, so now I can say the N-word.
Well, yeah, nice try.
Try again, whites!
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll never get your N-word pass.
Yeah.
Unless you're Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, Karens were huge. Especially, like, towards the beginning of the pandemic, because then you would see, like, all the images of them, like, pressed up, like, against the glass, and people would just, like, put, like, all these people pissed off because they can't go to Applebee's, or, like, whatever the fuck it would say.
Oh, God, yeah. So, apparently, there was a Dolly Parton challenge. She is no Karen, by the way. Dolly Parton is no Karen.
No.
And she's been very popular this year. And my fiance has posted Dolly Parton pretty consistently for a long time now. Is a huge fan. So if Dolly Parton was a meme, then I would not have noticed, because I just thought that Dolly Parton was just posted, that she was just popular.
I honestly, because I was looking at the same list that you were, I did not see this meme anywhere. Like, I wasn't aware this was a meme.
I do think that I've actually seen the example that they use here with, like, the LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Tinder.
Right, yeah.
I do think that I've seen that. By the way, I've not seen the director of Parasite, his little award meme. I'd never seen that until today.
I saw that one around that. That one was like a thing, like, just during the week after the Oscars, then it kind of died. Where he was making him kiss.
What was huge when I was in quarantine
was Tiger King.
Tiger King. Like, it just would not stop. Like, everybody was fucking Carol fucking Baskin. I still haven't seen Tiger King at all.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. Because I just had to know what everyone was, like, talking about, and I had the day off, so I just watched the whole thing. I mean, it was fine. The third episode is all about the Carol murdered her husband thing, so that's where it takes a turn. Like, the first two like, every episode was, like, felt like its own, like, story, basically. And so the Carol Baskin is, like, the episode 3, where all that shit goes down. But it's a ridiculous show. I mean, like, I just watched it to stay current. Like, I wouldn't rewatch it again or anything, but it was alright.
Alright, so I probably will never watch it. What I did watch, and what you watched recently, was The Last Dance.
Right, yeah, and there were a hell of memes about this.
And that was incredible, let me just say. I love The Last Dance. I love that documentary series. But yeah, this one here that they're showing, I saw a couple times, of Michael Jordan reacting to, like, the video clips, which a lot of people have said is, like, their favorite part.
Oh yeah.
Of the whole show. It's just Michael, like, every time they just hand Michael Jordan an iPad, and he's looking at it, and then he's just like, oh god, classic. And his face here on this one, when your ex sees you doing well and slides in your DMs, his face on the first one is just fucking priceless. So good.
Yeah.
Classic.
And then there's the one where he's like, and I took that personally. That's like the quote or whatever. And then people use that all the time. And
yeah.
Of course, the laughing one, which has replaced the Spider-Man laugh.
It's also replaced the old Michael Jordan laughing meme that was like a GIF for like a long time.
Yeah.
Where he like literally starts crying because he's laughing so hard.
Yeah. There's another crying meme this year. The crying.
Yeah, replacing crying Jordan was crying Will Smith.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, I have no idea where this came from.
It was from when Will Smith and his wife were talking about how she cheated on him.
Oh, and he just started crying?
Yeah, because they were talking about, she said she had an entanglement, I think was the word, or whatever, and he just starts crying.
Poor Will Smith. God damn it. Oh, that's horrible. And oh my God, his face in the meme here is just like,
Yeah.
you can just feel it.
You can feel the pain, yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, one thing I can feel is absolutely overflowing joy when I think about this next meme that we're about to talk about. I think that it may be my favorite meme of 2020. The "what blank are you" meme that absolutely took over Instagram for like a week, and everybody was just making what are you memes, like pages, just whole pages. Even I made one that I never posted, and all it was just silly pictures with a name on it, with like
Yeah.
a common name, and you would like DM the people that were running the page and request for your name to be used, like which one
Right,
to
yeah.
use, and like, oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. It's just so good. You find your name on there, and then you post it onto your story.
Yeah.
You know what? Fucking goddamn Seinfeld. Those were the best ones.
Yeah, what
Seinfeld are you?
Yeah.
Oh, so good. And whoever got the turkey Kramer, fuck you, you lucky bastard.
I know, right? I never DM'd any of them. I probably should have, but yeah, that was a hot thing for like a week and a half, maybe a little longer.
I loved it. And I mean, what frog are you? Incredible. That's amazing. What cursed image? Those are good. Yeah, Kardashian ones not so much. That's probably when it died.
Yeah.
They were like, which Kardashian are you? And then the real memesters, the real gamers out there were like,
Yeah.
but I actually made one that I never posted on. Which Vegeta are you?
Oh.
And by the time that I was getting ready to really fire that one up, the meme was gone.
Yeah.
It was done. So
Yeah.
it was like all the creators of the Instagram pages just kind of all lost interest at one time.
They stopped getting the DMs, man. They're like, I don't have anything to do.
Well, that's very similar to this next meme. It started off great, buddy. The meme started off on fire. But now, how's it going now?
Yeah, and as we discussed, I think this was a meme before 2020, but it sort of resurfaced.
Yeah, it's kind of just a general meme.
Yeah.
Like before and after has been like a meme for like a long time.
Yeah.
So maybe not this exact format, but how it started and how it's going. I don't really remember too many specific examples of this.
No, I don't remember many examples. I remember it was all over Twitter. This was mainly a Twitter meme because you would put the text on like one side because how they do the pictures now.
By the way, the example that they're using on this list that I'm using as reference
is not good.
It's not good because the how it's going looks happier than the how it started.
Yeah.
And isn't the point of the meme to be like, oh, the
it sucks now.
how it's going is terrible. Yeah. Oh well. The example on this next one is terrible. I don't know why the fuck you would use this example.
What, for the Mike Pence fly?
For the Mike Pence fly. And so is Lizzo dressed up as the fly for Halloween. Well,
you scroll over and then you see Lizzo on Mike Pence's head if you click on the arrow. But I understand
what arrow?
You don't have the arrow on the picture?
Oh, there it is.
But they should have just led with Lizzo on his head instead of just the picture of the Halloween costume.
Yeah, that should have been the meme. Yeah, the second meme is better. The first one's just like her Instagram pic for Halloween.
Yeah.
And now I see that she's wearing a bunch of vote buttons that I didn't notice before. I mean, whatever. This meme's.
Yeah.
People were going crazy about it for a couple days at the vice president debates. Mike Pence versus Kamala Harris.
It's Mike Pence versus the Fly.
But that's what it turned into. And then the only thing I remember about this was like the vibe killers that were like coming out that were like like the future of our country is at risk, and all you guys can talk about is a fly. Like, wow, you're real fun at parties.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, buddy. Look who decided to come out of there.
That is my favorite of the year. Just all of these.
I knew it was gonna be your favorite.
It's just because the thing about it is it's just a funny picture like by itself.
This Robert Pattinson meme, because this is only really the look who decided to come out of their room is a completely separate meme.
Yeah.
The Robert Pattinson like sweatsuit meme, it was like an entirely different meme that's not on this list, but in reality is the only reason why this look who decided to come out of their room meme ever became funny.
Yeah. Well, I think the look who decided to come out of the room, the funniest part about it is that it was posted on Thanksgiving. And everyone could fucking... Because I was that fucking kid that like didn't want to fucking come out. It was like, oh, look who decided to join the party. Just as awkward as fuck standing in the kitchen. Everyone's staring at
This is the one that before we went on the air that I was just scrolling through and I just started laughing. Oh, it's so good. Oh my god. You know what? I just realized a meme that's not on these lists. Is that one Batman one.
Oh, the eyeliner?
No, the one where it's like the dude that's like a cockroach Batman thing or something. Oh my god. I don't know how to describe it.
Batman Cockroach?
Let me see here. God damn it, it's not on here. What is this?
Batman Cockroach meme. Okay, I see it. Yeah,
Is
where
Batman Cockroach?
Yeah, where he's on the brown suit. Yeah. So ridiculous.
Oh yeah, this reminds me of the Robert Pattinson one for some reason because I think that they combined it at some point, as all memes are destined to combine at some point. Why is it Cockroach?
Because it's just like like the armor with the brown coloration.
Kind of looks like a cockroach.
Yeah.
I just remember that this one blew up for a while. At least on my Instagram story, a lot of people were posting this meme.
Yeah.
And so I kind of thought that it was
bigger than it was.
Deserves a mention.
Deserves a mention, yeah. But,
that's Travis Scott.
Oh, is it?
That's what this says. Travis Scott deletes his IG after fans make fun of his Batman costume.
Oh yeah, Travis Scott's Dark Roach costume is one of the weirdest of Halloween 2020.
Okay, so it's Travis Scott. That makes it funny. Okay. I never got the meme until now. Dark Roach. All right, that's funny.
That's
All
funny.
right,
Another one that's not in this list is one that I mentioned on the show before. The one with like the old lady like in the walker, and it'll just say something, and then it says like, "Sure, Grandma, go back to bed."
Wait, what? I'm sorry.
The one where it's like the old lady in the walker, and it'll just say like, "Back in my day, Limp Bizkit was the biggest band in America."
Yeah.
It's like, "Yeah, sure, Grandma, go back to bed."
Yeah, I remember that.
Another one of your favorites is on the list.
This is the one that I saw. By the way, just going back to Bat Roach. The roach under my fridge when I hit it with Axe spray, and it's him standing in front of the very nice cars.
Yeah. Everything. So
that's fun. What were you going to say, buddy?
Well, your other favorite one is the one with the people at the party.
That's the only one I could remember because
It's the most recent.
Yeah, it's very recent, and I'm just gonna say that the only good one I ever saw this was the Edge one.
What was the Edge one?
Where it's just Edge's face on there, and it says they think they know me.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I saw that one.
I'm pretty sure I put it on my Instagram story. Pay attention to my Instagram story, buddy, for fuck's sake.
Okay,
Partners in crime. God damn.
I'll be a better friend. Damn. Let's see. I know I posted the one where it's like they don't know I have a mustache, which was an actual thing at work all the time because no one knew, and then they'd see a picture of me and they're like, "What the fuck?"
Classic.
Yeah.
So, buddy, you're going with goddamn Look Who Decided to Come Out as your favorite meme.
Yeah, just Robert Pattinson in the kitchen because there was more than just the Look Who Decided to Come, because it started where it was just like, "Hey, my boy thinks you're cute," and it just says like "my boy," and it's just him like standing there. Like there were just like so many variations on this meme that I don't know. It's just so good.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's good. And then I guess my favorite was the What Blank Are You? The thing about this is that I think Robert Pattinson standing in the kitchen has more longevity. I think that Robert Pattinson standing in the kitchen will be a meme that's revisited and parodied and brought in and combined with other memes for years to come.
I hope.
It's going to like go in the meme Hall of Fame. Whereas What Blank Are You was fun for like a week.
Right.
And then it was just gone, and you can't really do it again. Maybe in a couple of years it'll resurge, but it'll be the same exact meme.
Yeah.
Like you can't really add to it.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's a name and a funny picture.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yep. I don't know, man. And you were saying that, like, I don't even know what else about the best of the year, because you watched one film and you listened to no music.
I listened to the new Dikembe album, and then Miles sent me a rap album that I actually listened to all the way through. I'll see what it is. I mean, what other movies did you watch? What was the best movie of the year?
I can check my letterbox real fast, but while we're talking about music, I guess, I mean, Fourier Strong's album fucking rips. So that was a good one this year.
Oh, they did come out with a new album, and I listened to it, and it was okay. It was good. There's some songs that were better than others.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought the singles were really strong on it. And yeah, I mean, there were Newfound Glory's album was like jammy to listen to like once, but like the lyrics are just like so fucking terrible. And yeah, I mean, there were like maybe 5 or 6 albums I listened to this year. Nothing really, without having them in front of me, I can't really think of what was better than others. Creeper had a good album. This is a band you probably never listened to or never will, but they had a good album this year. I don't know. I'm looking at all the movies I watched this year, and there wasn't too much, man. Jesus Christ, the best movie I saw this year might have been fucking Borat. I mean, I don't know, like, or Host. I mean, Host was actually pretty good.
You kind of rated it a little low.
I gave it 3. I mean,
a little low, buddy. All right. Well, Host was my favorite movie of the year. The new Dikembe album was my favorite album of the year. And that's not really saying much because all the albums that I ended up listening to were all from 1984. So they're like 20, 30, 36 years old.
yeah. Best show of the year, I think we can both agree, was The Last Dance.
Was it?
I don't know, what show did you watch this year that was better than that?
I don't know. I can't think of one right now.
Like, show that came out this year. For an honorable mention for me, I'll do the Dracula film series just for something different. But, I don't know, man. I'm not really into shows. We talk about this all the time, but I didn't watch too many new stuff that came out this year. So.
Too many new stuff. Yeah. This year I watched like all Fist of the North Star, and I watched. I finished watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the 4th season of My Hero Academia, or was it the 3rd? Was it whatever new season of My Hero Academia? That was all right. And then the final season of Attack on Titan is out, but I haven't started watching it yet.
Yeah.
I'm kind of scared to start watching it.
Did you read anything? Did you read anything this year? Like, it doesn't have to be new, but did you read anything?
Like book-wise? I don't read
book or manga, right? Because I read the first 6 books of Lone Wolf and Cub this year, and then the library closed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because back when I was going...
I have the first 2 omnibus sets. I haven't started reading them yet. I did get the Lone Wolf and Cub Blu-ray set, the Criterion Blu-ray set.
Yeah.
So I need to start watching that at some point.
Yeah. But that was back in like January and February, and then the fucking library closed, so I couldn't get any of the new ones. So,
was it good?
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, it was a lot of the same stuff over and over. Like the chapter would start and shenanigans ensue, and then the baby's there, and then it would all be wrapped up. You know, I mean.
So it's like a chapter to chapter kind of story.
From what I remember, yeah. Because like the books that I had, it was like the 3-in-1, so it'd be the first 3 volumes like in one set.
Right.
So like it was very like weekly, like episodic. It felt like, towards the beginning at least. I don't know if it changes like later on, but there weren't very many arcs, which is kind of why I didn't really like get into it as much as I should have, because there wasn't like one like overarching like villain or anything for most of it. It was like wrapped up like within each chapter. So
well, isn't he trying to track down like the Shogun or whatever, or whatever daimyo or something? There's like, at least in the movies, I think there's like some lord that he's like
something like that. Yeah, for. Like it might have been mentioned, but like from what I remember,
I think like killed his wife or some shit like that.
Yeah,
and like he's out to get him.
But it's a lot of him just
in
like
his spare time, he takes on assassination jobs for money.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Like each episode was like a fucking like he would just go fight someone or like have sex with this girl with his fucking kid sit in the room with him and stuff, and I don't know, like
what a legend.
Yeah. So but yeah, man,
well,
2020.
Yeah, that was 2020. We basically hit all the high points. If there's anything else that happened in 2020 that we missed out on, let us know in the comments on YouTube, or you can email us at 2nerdspodcast316@gmail.
I don't know what it is. Do we have an email? Well, I know we have one because we set it up. I think it's just buddyandjared@gmail.com.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it's in my mailboxes. It should be on our Twitter account, right?
Well, our Twitter handle is 2nerds316.
Okay, I have the inbox here. Because there's let me see here. Okay, buddyandjared@gmail.com. That's our email address if you want to get in touch with the show. buddyandjared@gmail.com. That's very simple. Buddy with 2 D's and Jared with 2 R's.
And it's and the word, not like the symbol.
And, not an ampersand.
Yeah.
But yeah. Email the show, let us know what we missed, or leave a comment on YouTube, and maybe we'll address it in the first podcast of 2021.
Yeah, the first podcast of 2021 coming at you January 2nd or 3rd, whenever, sometime that weekend. It's going to be the start of our Arnold month. Very excited. Jared still probably has not seen Hercules in New York. Maybe something he can do soon.
Who's sending the subliminal messages, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, I need to watch it soon. Maybe tonight. maybe I'll warm up some pizza and watch it. I would much rather watch Lone Wolf and Cub. Well, work is work.
Yep. Alright, well, I guess that's about it for this week's show, you guys. As always, Jared already said it. Email us, I guess. Comment below. Subscribe to the show. Send us any memes we missed out over on our Twitter.
What was your favorite meme of 2020?
Yeah, and what 2021 memes do you think are going to surface?
Bold predictions for 2021 memes. We're coming at it with our bold predictions next week on the show before we talk about Hercules in New York.
Very cool. So this is Buddy the Bruiser. I'm signing out.
And this is Dynamite Jared, and I will catch your ass down the road.